YouTube. You saw it.
What is going on? Oh my goodness. I feel like this setup is just I don't like it. All right. But what do we do? Do we get frustrated? We don't. Not you're up there, I'm back here.
Well, there's two pillows. I was actually really comfy.
Oh, that was over the light. I just
Oh,
put it over the light.
dang.
All right.
Yeah.
Tamara is pink and purpley and cute. I am black and ugly. Just kidding.
Not.
Um Welcome to the TRESHO9 Podcast. High five. Welcome.
Day two.
Day 2 of 9. We are if there was like a drug that was a speed, we're on it. Like maybe it's caffeine right now.
It's helpful.
It's helpful. I drank some coffee. Did I drink coffee actually? No, I didn't. No, but did you take your vitamins today?
I did not.
Busted. Didn't take your vitamins, girl. That's why she's slow right now. No, we've been going hard today, and thank you for tuning in. So I do a little disclaimer on the show, and that is this is TRESHO9. We are not experts by any means. I don't claim to know everything about relationships. I barely only know about myself, and then learning her, and then learning us. So it's like a triad. 1, 2, and then 3. Yes. Yay, yay. And that's pretty much it. You need to be an adult to watch. Nobody under the age of 18, just in case we take our clothes off. So, or use foul language. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Today we're going to be talking about God knows what. We do have some questions that we're going to answer, which is pretty exciting. We're going to do that. And yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
All right. So last episode, we talked about how we met. We talked about just that journey up until now. And currently, like what I've been talking about on my podcast on air before this is our second video, is insecurities. Okay. So we might be able to tie that into this. I'm not really sure. But I kind of want to get into the questions. I just want to jump right into the questions. I had asked Tamara something literally like a few hours ago. But I want to get some perspective of a tip and trick that we can use today. So, with the questions asked, the questions are very general. We're going to generalize these questions. I'm not necessarily going to be saying this person and that person or whatever. But in a marriage, in a union, in a partnership, you coexisting with each other, you're living with each other, and maybe there's children involved. For us, we have 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids. And some of them may be awake right now. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I think Zara is
don't
awake.
I don't think so.
She fell asleep already?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, so the first question is, or the questions are, how do you get like, how does a woman is asking this, how does she get her significant other, her man, her husband, to help out around the house? That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is, how do I get him to spend more time with me? And then there's a third one there that says, what am I doing wrong? And so I wanted to address these things. Again, I don't know. Every relationship is different. So I don't know how many hours they're putting in a day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his schedule is like, her schedule is like, but regardless, there's a thing on your phone that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see this. You probably can't. But on any smartphone, there's a thing called Calendar. It's a new invention. It's a new app that just came out.
The iCalendar saved our marriage.
It's pretty dope. And
We always
so,
say that.
yeah, what we do is we basically, it's synced to both of us, except for I do have an outside calendar that she can't see, and that's because it was set up by somebody else, Black Sand. So you just can't see those things, but maybe we'll add you on there. Who knows? But yeah, the calendar is huge because the calendar you'll get to sit down and map out a routine and where you want to go and just be intentional. I think a lot of times, like I was thinking about it today, like a lot of times we're not intentional with our relationship. We tend to just nilly-willy it. You know what I'm saying? We wing it like all the time. We're just winging it, like seriously. And that's cool. It's fun, but it can get tedious. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's going to be tedious. Either way, because you got to actually sit down and then write Tuesday and this. Oh, but what about this person's got this and this person's got that? Well, we got to do over this. We got to go over here. Got to go over it. And the next thing you know, there's a fight. You know what I'm saying? Something really cute that Tamara did that I want to highlight about when you're putting together a calendar or trying to plan something together, how you can fight. So we're going camping, and we made a Trello for the camping list, and that camping list in the supplies or something like that. You wrote in a supply, love and kindness, because it was getting thick. It was getting to the point where, okay, we got to pack. Oh no, we don't have this. Hey Mark, do you have your water shoes? No, you don't have water shoes. We'll order them today. Mark, did you order those? No, I didn't order them. Why not? Are they going to come soon enough? You know, and they didn't come, soon enough. But you have to have love and kindness when putting together the calendar. So as you're piecing together and puzzling together, Tetrising together your life, it gives that person grace. Give that person some grace. Understand where they're coming from. How would you, Tamara? This is my co-host, Tamara Augustine. I'm your host, Mark. Sorry, we didn't do all that. How with those questions? Let's take the. We'll take. How do I get him to spend more time with me? Let's tackle that one, and I'll let the ladies go first. The lady, sorry, go first. I like that sweater, by the way. That sweater's pretty.
Thank you.
Pretty knocking.
Thank you.
Just don't look at her knockers, please, you guys. Seriously. She's like, what? Why would you say that?
No, that's not what I said.
That's not what she said.
So, I mean, I think, I think for me, it was...
Just take your clothes off when he walks in the house.
Right, that works too.
Does that work?
Not for you.
Not for me. Whoa. We're getting real here.
I mean, not that he wouldn't like it, but if you're not in the mood, you don't want to do it. So if you're like
right.
focused on something, you
gauge
can
the
be like,
temperature.
nice, and just keep going.
Right.
So and I just be standing there naked.
That's nice. Thank you. Okay.
Moving on.
Um,
but I think changing my mindset in that this is my best friend. People say that all the time. Oh, he's my best friend. But then do you really treat him as your best friend? Do you really go to him first when you have something to say, or you've had a bad day and you want to just vent, or you get something happy happens or something, and who's the first person you're going to go and tell? And if it's not your husband, then it should be make that person your best friend. And include them in your life, intentionally, like you were saying, because I think so many times we go, well, he lives in the house with me. He should know what's going on. He should know what's happening. But it's so easy to live separately together. And so
Say that again.
it's so easy to live separately together. So you can be living in the same house, but be just not communicating and not living together, not including each other in what's happening, and remembering that they can't read your mind. So if you want to hang out, if you're feeling neglected or you need time, you need to say that. Say, babe, I need a date night, or we need a hangout time. We don't always get to go out because we have 4 kids, but we'll say, oh, date night tonight. And we know that once the big kids are in bed, we're going to get the wine, we're going to get the TV, we're going to get just time together. We like, for the two of us, he's more of a night person than I am. I'm more of a morning person. And so for me,
it's almost 11 o'clock right now. We're basically sleep talking. At least she is.
Yeah. After the kids go to bed, I'm ready to go to bed. That's just me. And so if we talk about it before I put the kids down, then my mindset is like, okay, I'm not going to sleep after this. I'm getting up and spending time with Mark. So I'm intentionally staying up late, which is fine. I'll make it work. And so it's intentionally doing those things and wanting to do those things, I think. And
so it's basically like giving him grace, understanding that, yes, he may be busy. He may not understand the temperature, right? So that's on her side. So she's got to give a little bit of grace, a little bit of leeway, a lot of understanding of where he might be, right? He may be at work all day long, or nowadays you may be working from home, but he's distant. He's in the home, so he's close, but yet he's distant because he's working. He has a focused time that he has to work, and he's also getting used to that. He's getting used to the staying home, possibly, and having to work, and having that home life balance is like completely different because you're always with that person. And so for the guys, just giving the tip and trick for the guy, he has a huge responsibility too. He's got a huge responsibility to be able to learn how to check the temperature. So he's got to know, like I know that Tamara likes spontaneity, chocolate, and burritos from Santa Cruz, Michoacan. We were driving to Santa Cruz, dude. Okay, the other day we went to that one lake, the new old place, Sanborn. We went to Sanborn here in Saratoga, and someone just said ice cream, and then it triggered in my head. Well, first of all, it was spontaneous. It was completely last minute. We were going. I was recording a podcast, and then right before that, I was flipping through vegan foods, and on someone's Instagram, and they were at Sanborn, and I was like, dude, we're going. I had forgotten about that place, and so someone just mentioned ice cream, probably the boys.
it was Micaiah.
Is Micaiah? Yeah. He mentioned ice cream, and I was like, let's go get ice cream. Yeah. Let's just go. Jump on the thing, and then I'm thinking, well, when we got there, I just got hungry because Michoacan Taqueria is there, and it's just, if you have to go there. If we ever host something, I think that if we do a live podcast, I would do the live podcast, our first podcast there.
Nice.
That's how reopen. when they, I mean, we can have outside stuff, but
true.
I mean, everything's closed right now for dining in inside.
Yeah.
And they have a very, very small patio, extremely small. But I mean, I don't imagine we'd have that many guests yet. But I understand that and a lot of my kids, all of our kids are like that. Really, they like this. Well, depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Depends on what we're doing, but it's nice to be like, oh yeah, ice cream, cool, that's a treat. You know, I wasn't expecting that. And then we were driving there, and I got hungry, and then all I said was, so to help me spell things, I break it down, and Michu Khan, I could, if you said spell Michu Khan, I would never be able to spell it. But the way I spell it is Mike Hoacan. Yeah. And so that's what we call the restaurant, is Mike Hoacan. And she's like, ooh, burrito. And she just like lit up huge. And I was like, and so I have to recognize, as the man, our responsibility is to recognize that and say, okay, let me mark that down in my memory. Okay, cool. Okay, boom. So if you are going weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months and months without a date or some sort of a connection or spending time, whatever that looks like the guy has to, you just got to know, come on, bruh. Like, not every, in this regard, women are all the same in terms of they love quality time. Their brains are built for that. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be there's a connection that has to, with guys. We're just like, we can sit here and say nothing and just do nothing and watch TV without saying anything and just play video games and just aimlessly like talk and not ever look at each other ever. You know, the person could be gone. You could be like, and you'll never know. And so for the guys, the responsibility is on you, because you're responsible for that. You have to know that that's who you are with. You have to understand who you're with. I would have to understand who I'm with, and not thinking of, because I know what guys are in my head. This is what we think. We think, well, if I, like, every time I say, like, you want to go there, you want to go to Santa Cruz, and she always says, no, I'm tired, I don't have time. And it's like, okay, fine. And then we give up. So we have to eliminate that. That's not, if you claim to be a man, that's not a man. That's not a man at all. The man would sense, okay, we got to go. We got to get out the house, because things are about to blow up big time here. And then, hey, just say we're going here. This is what we're doing. I'm leaving. Whoever's coming with me, let's go. She'll respond to that. She'll, if she, I mean, unless she's actually like dying or she's sick, or and I don't mean that in a real way. I mean, like, she has a cold or something, like she can't physically move. Then yeah, but if she's, you know, and take her angry, grab her angry, because she might change her mind. Stick some chocolate in her face. Stick some food. Here's a burrito. The way to a woman's heart is food. Straight up, like they're chocolate and food, like, are the things that keep your marriage good. So that the responsibility is really with the guys. The guys have to be responsible. So, and the men have to learn how to gauge the room and the temperature of their person that they're with. How do you get him to help around the house? How do you get your mans to help around the house? How do you do it, Tamara? How do you get me to help? Wow. That was a...
I don't, because I don't. I don't.
You don't?
I don't get you
What
to
do you do?
help. It's just...
Shh. Never mind.
Well...
We can't speak about the things that she does to get me to help. She's being all modest and everything.
Okay, well...
She's like, how do I go with this joke? I don't know how to do this.
I don't know what to do.
Help.
I mean, I don't think I do anything. I know that nagging doesn't work. You know, like getting upset at you for not helping it doesn't work, you
It
know.
doesn't. No.
And so, um, I mean, for you, you enjoy cleaning. You enjoy vacuuming. So like, I know that that's something you're gonna do without me asking because it's just something you enjoy to do. Um, so for me personally, I mean, I think I've given up on asking for help, and I just do. And then when you see something um, that you think needs to get done and you do it, then I'm appreciative of it. Um, I think that you've started helping out more since you've been home more and not working outside of the house. Um, so I think that helps if somebody is working, depending on whether they're in the house
The lights going off.
all the time or working outside of the home. Um,
Hmm.
I think, you know, like when you come home, you don't want to keep cleaning, which is a whole nother thing because we, as women, we do that too and continue to clean and all that. But anyways, um, I just accept that this is my role and this is my domain, and I do what I feel needs to be done. And then if you feel there's something else that needs to be done or needs to be taken care of, then you do it. And that's just kind of how we do it, really.
Yeah. And again, each family is going to be different.
Yeah.
Each relationship is going to be different. It's going to look different. I'm sure the best of couples fight over responsibilities of who does what. I think the key, as speaking for the men, the key is you have to begin. It'll take some time. It won't happen the first time. But if you're outside of work, outside of the home, and you're coming home from work, and then you step into the battlefield of the home, you're going to have to, you should, not you're going to have to, try this. Try this, I should say. When you get in your car, spend 5 minutes or 2 to 5 minutes, like in your car. Do whatever you have to do, like turn the music on, yell, shout, do push-ups, do something to get your body differently, and then on the way home, listen to or don't listen to something that is going to get you in that mood when you come home. So a lot of times I won't necessarily listen to anything because I want to be super clear, super ready. I talk a lot so that I won't listen to music because I'll just have to get all my feelings out. I'll just say everything. Boom, it all just goes out. And so when I step in the house, take a deep breath, boom, and then ask your spouse, whoever you live with, ask them to give you 5 minutes. Ask them to be like, I need 5 minutes. Like if you don't have that first scenario and you're at home, go from your scheduled work, you're on the computer, you're on the calls and the this and then that. You have your 5 to 8 hours of that or whatever that time frame is. And then when you break, let her know, like, treat it like an actual job. Like, I'm going to stop working and then I'm going to take the 30 minutes to come home, but I'm going to go take a run or a walk or a swim or a shower or whatever you have the capabilities to do, then go do those things or something. But again, put it in the calendar and schedule it because I think that's also a good thing. And these are things that we have tried. These are things that we've done, things that we need to do, and so forth. But it is crucial. Again, it's the man's responsibility to speak up. And so as he may feel some type of way, whether that's insecure or not, or whatever that way is, he can then address it. You know what I'm saying? He can actually like do the things that he needs to do to be able to get to where he needs to get to. And then another big thing for the man is to have understanding, because we don't understand, and this is our job, fellas, to understand, because it's just it's a logical thing. We think logical, they think emotional. So know that know that it is your responsibility to say something, to have the understanding, understand where and what is going on, what the temperature, what the climate is like at home. So during the day, text, hey, how was your day? What's been going on? And don't take it as, Billy got a peanut stuck in his ear as something negative. Um, it's hard to do, but if you can, try to look at it as an adventure. So was it Nene got something stuck in her nose? She put a bead in her nose, and in my head, I'm thinking like I'm panicking, but in reality, like I was just like, this is pretty cool. Like this is an adventure. We get to go, and I've never seen, I've never seen a doctor take something out of the nose or the ear of a kid. So I was like, this is gonna be cool, And it was super simple. I was like, dude, I could have did that, but I actually tried.
She wouldn't let you.
And she would. It's scary because you have to know what you're doing and what you can pull and push back, and then dig and then scoop out. And so, just checking for that, gauging the temperature of the day. This is the man's responsibility. And if you think as a man you're going to ask your woman to do this, she's not going. She'll say, "Oh, honey, I'll call you. I'll let you know all this stuff." She won't do it. You're going to have to initiate these things, because if you think like, "Oh, how come she didn't do that?" and you blame her, done. It's a wrap, because she's going to take it as, I'm with the kids all day long. You're not. You're going to be like, wait, am I not working? Wait, am I not working either? What the heck am I doing then? And so you're going to have to really, as the man, you're really going to have the understanding of, she may not completely understand how your job is different from hers. Does that make sense? Or the same. Or the same, because it's work is work, and that's just what it is. I mean, it is different. Um, you may not be dealing with 4 kids. I may not be dealing with 4 kids. I may be dealing with one customer at a time. That is an adult. This thing is moving back. I have this thing rigged up like really good, I think, but it's moving. I don't know. That's really about it. I mean, there could be some more, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for some people, maybe like routines, like setting up a schedule, a cleaning schedule, so that the man knows
Yeah,
what's
that's good.
happening. Like where to step in.
Yeah,
That could be helpful.
yeah,
I think for some.
yeah. And I think too, like a good practice is to, after dinner. So he's eaten and changed. Like he has to, change his clothes. I don't know, whatever he's wearing or whatever more comfortable clothes, and then help wash the dishes. With the kids or something. Like get the kids, if you have kids. If you don't have kids, then you wash them with your spouse, your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, dog lover, whoever. You know, buy your. You can have an imaginary friend if you want to talk to them.
Sure.
So yeah, I think those are really good things to think about. And as small as this may seem, it's a big deal. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
The house isn't a living organism. You're a living organism. You are trying to get, you have a goal. You have other goals other than cleaning all day long or doing cooking and laundry and all this other stuff. You would love to play, so you have to schedule those things in for sure. The calendar is going to be key. If you don't have iPhone, what's the other calendar that we used to use? Do you remember? Oh, Google. Oh, Google. Duh, Google. There's no excuse, really. Honestly, I think everyone has a smartphone.
Some kind of, yeah.
I mean, if you don't use a smartphone, use a whiteboard, a piece of paper,
Yeah,
something that you guys can agree upon, to get that going. Cool. Let's see here. I think that was about it. What am I doing wrong is a question that came up, and I, yesterday, it was yesterday, but I don't know when you're watching this, but in our last podcast, the sound wasn't that good, but it was actually off. But there was a clip that I showed, and they were dialoguing. The husband and the wife were dialoguing, and she said something of regards to like, "Oh, I'm not your jailer. I'm your wife," or something to that
I'm
effect.
your wife, not your jailer.
I'm your wife, not your jailer.
Mm.
And that right there is a quote that we just learned yesterday, but it's really like how we think, relationships are. It's not something that you're not on a prison sentence. Um, and so it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that one, there was no education on this in school. There was no education of relationships in school. So what are you doing wrong? Well, I wouldn't say what is it. I wouldn't pose it as what you're doing wrong. Is what are you doing right? What do you do right? You know what I'm saying? Like what wins have you had? Go back to, maybe it's going back to basics. What does he need? What's really going on? And at that point, you need to break it down, because if you are married, you do have kids, then you're going to need to schedule that time to get really connected, reconnected again, for sure. Get reconnected with your lover. And that's just what it is. That quality time is huge. And it could look like going to the mall, walking at the mall. It could be we used to go through drive-in dates with the kids when they fell asleep and sit in the parking lot. Like, whatever, dude. Like, do whatever. It doesn't matter. There's people here that make millions of dollars, and they just sit in the car and go for a drive. You know what I'm saying? Because that's right now, that's all you can do. It's just literally like drive and go to a restaurant and sit on the patio. Or the beach. Yeah, you can go camping, I guess. That's like the highlight of. And Nevada opened up. Las Vegas opened up their casinos. I don't know if they're still open, but they were for they were for that weekend. The weekend we were there, that's where everybody was going. They're like, we're going to, well, not everybody, Reno. But they were going to Reno, and then they were going to Lake Tahoe. But Brian said his son, someone he knew or something, was in Las Vegas, and they opened up. And so who knows? Six Flags opened up, but Great America can't open up. That's weird. But they're all the rides are still closed though. Yeah. But they opened up.
But I think they're gonna close it again.
But they're gonna close it again, yeah, because they realize, oh, we made a mistake. Yeah. I think so. Anyways, blessings and blessings and blessings. More power to you, in all your endeavors of relationships. This is TRESHO9. You can reach us on social media at TRESHO9. That's TRESHO and the number 9, and DM us. And that's about it. Anything else, Tamara?
That I can think of.
All right, now I want to interview you.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite piece of body part on me? She's like, I'm half sleepy and half don't understand the question. I don't even understand the question. I'm tired.
I mean, I guess your eyes are my favorite because they're
You
so
guess.
beautiful.
Either so what?
They're so beautiful. And your butt is really cute.
My butt. Oh yeah, it's nice. I like my butt.
It's my favorite to like stop. It's just always up and perky.
Yeah.
He's got a good butt.
My butt is very. I like my butt. I touch it a lot. I do. I be touching it at work sometimes. I be catching myself. I'm like, whoa. Oh shoot, that was funny. Let's see here. Another question. Would you have imagined 10 years ago that you'd be in this position right now, in this style of relationship?
No.
No?
No, I could never have seen this coming from me, on my side. Definitely not. But I'm happy I'm here.
Cool. Cool. Join us on social media. We're going to be doing these, and we're also going to be opening up these Zoom chat sessions where you can listen in and then ask questions on the Zoom call, and so forth and so on. But until then, you are amazing, and peace.
See ya.
Peace out.